Hi everybody, it's Laura. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to film today's video plus a couple other videos. I took actually took a few days off because I think I was filming on either Wednesday or Thursday for finished off the whole week. And then I went to the tractor show, all that. Anyways, he took his little brother's antique truck to the tractor show. I got rained out. Yep, I got rained out, so I couldn't set up. The rain quit finally at 9, a little after 9, because I can't put an awning up. I could not set up with the jewelry, and the wind was blowing. It was a whole... Anyways, so what we're doing today is we are going to work out of... I've decided for this whole week, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 main boxes. We're just going to work out of these 4, see what I have, and this is what I've got that we're working out of. I'm going to work out of my Chelsea's beads, which I put it up here backwards like an idiot. There we go. But we're going to work out of this. There isn't a whole lot of bone left. There is a little bit. Not enough really to make a necklace out of. But I have some amazing beads in here. So we're going to work out of that. And this is the ice cream shop. And I can't remember what else is in here. It also, the companion bundle and a bunch of other stuff in here that I have not delved into. So we're going to be doing that. And this is just what I'm working out of for the whole 4 trays. I don't know what's going to be in what video. I also have this yumminess going on. This is just a tray. I can get it to come open. Of where I just took beads and put them in here out of my thing when I was cleaning it out. So we're going to work out of that tray. Those purple glass pearls, yeah, we're going to be doing something with those. And then I have this tray full of all this yumminess that we're going to work out of. So yeah, there's a lot going on here, and I keep bumping you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to set these trays. We're going to do this one first because I want to work with those purple beads. Do I need something out of here? I don't know. If I do, it'll be right here beside me. We got a lot of colors in all these trays. So we have a lot that we can do. Alright, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pause you guys, and I'm going to put together what we're going to do today. So I'm going to pause you. Okay, so I'm back. I had a little bit of a struggle because I can't find my container that has all different colors of clasps in it. Should have been right here. But anyways, I even looked at what I had packed to take with me, and it's not there either. So we're just going to use a bigger clasp. I am mixing the metals on that one, and we'll probably start with that one. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, let's start with that one. We'll do the purple one next. I have all kinds of copper and antique brass because we are using... Well, I got these out in case I wanted a pop of brighter green. I don't know if I'm going to use them. I have these, which I have not opened. I have 4 of these, which I'm going to surround with the copper to help bring the copper in. And then I have the faceted green aventurine. So that's what this one is going to be. So this is our palette. I have the purple. These are gorgeous. I only can find 4 of these. So we're going to use them. And then I have just a few bead caps, and then I have these double bead caps. So this is our palette that we're working with. just so you have an idea of what we're going for with this. And now we're just going to get into it. So we're going to have one with silver, one with coppers and greens and bronze. And what I'm going to do is they're both going to be, because people don't buy beaded necklaces in this area. They're not into that, which is a shame because I really like beaded jewelry, but we're going to make double strand bracelets. Okay, so I have everything out we need, jump rings and all that, and we don't need heifer's hair. I'm going to go ahead and release some of these because we're making 2-strand bracelets. They don't need to be on their string anymore. Get him untied. He's tied pretty good, so we're just gonna give him a clip. You're gonna hear noises in the garage. Alan's working on a tractor and baler, so you're gonna be hearing all that going on. Of course, this is wire. Why not? Right? I don't think we're gonna need those. Of course, I have the trial going on in the background. I'm just watching what's going on. So we're going to get all this off. I wasn't sure when I put that green up against this color if it was going to work together, and it actually looked pretty good, so we're going for it. And I'm going to use brown as my wire. Make sure we have enough. We do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my wire. Oh, let's set it over here out of the way. And then I'm going to cut my wire in half. You just want to make sure it's big enough to go around your wrist. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of wire. I'm going to lay them, kind of tuck them here for the moment. And then this is what we have on the faceted green aventurine. We're going to get this here. We got a bunch of these pulled off. And I need to make so one is a focal. We're going to put these like this. I want to do this with maybe one of these, and then we're going to just do 2 and then one of these. Get these out of the way. 2, and I think that's going to be our game plan, and go from there. I'm going to set these aside because we need to remember we got to put some on the second bracelet. Okay, whoops, I just lost my wire. Let me reach down here and grab it and get it up there. I knew that was a bad idea. So I'm just going to get out of the way, little dude. I'm thinking of keeping, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we think about it when we get it on the wire. So how was everybody's weekend? Mine didn't go as planned. But if you really make a plan, you gotta remember plans change, and sure did. I am going to put a clip on this end over here so I don't lose everything. And then I can just simply pick up the beads. So you're going to notice my videos are a little shorter than usual. Here I'm going to put my center focal of my bracelet on. Like that. And the center focal, my other one, is going to be the owl. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Well, shoot. I was like, why does this not feel right? Because I scooted a bead out of the way, and I was like, shouldn't have needed to do that. I forgot to pick up this. Put that bead back into play here. And then go back to what I was doing. I get paid tomorrow, so I need to make sure I have 2 videos up for today and tomorrow, so I don't have to rush home and make a video, all that good stuff. So these are 3.2 millimeter spacer beads. And I want to thank, I believe, I should have looked before I started, I believe her name is Lynn, for joining us with Bargain Bead Box. There we go. Joining the family. That is pretty. We got a lot to go. So we're going to have to configure this in a different way. I'm babying my shoulder, guys. I'm sorry. I'm thinking we're going to come here and undo this. So, yeah, you're beading right along with me because, yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do. Let's get 2 more of these. Put one on. Put one on. I don't know where the green came from. I just noticed that. Oh, from the string. I bet you anything. I was like, why do I have green stuck in my finger? I bet it came off that string. So if you see that, I'm sorry, guys. And then I'm going to put a small green bead there. And then I think we're going to do another spacer. So we keep that copper running through the bracelet. Spacer. And I'm going to clip it. And then I got to fix what I did over here. So I need to, we got this, 1, 2 here. Take that off. And let's do what we did over there. So I need one of these, this, another one of those textured kind of barrel spacers. And then we went into one of these, a little green bicone, another one of the aventurine, a little round, which I've got more of these if I need them. spacer, a bronze, kind of gold color. Another one of these. Let's see how long we're at. Okay, now that's a little too long. So I think we'll stop and take that off. I'm going to clip because we have a really big clasp we're putting on that. Giving my shoulder just a little bit of a break, guys. Sorry. So I'm going to take these two off, clip it, wrap it around my wrist, and let's go ahead and see what kind of measurements we have. So we have that. We're going to have a clasp, and then we're going to have a small jump ring. I want to keep the same color clasp. Let's get that bronze one out. No, that'd be fine. Let's get him over there. Okay, so that's what we've got, and we gotta remember we're adding this much length, which is about an inch. Oh, there's two of those, isn't there? I just gotta locate it. So we are at just over an inch and a half. I think this is plenty long. We're gonna set it aside because we can always add more jump rings or a little piece of chain so that people with smaller wrists can wear it. So I've got my beads. I've got my owl. He's going to be a small jump ring and a medium jump ring. So he hangs down. We're going to get him prepared. I'm using the small jump ring up on the wire. And using this jump ring on the owl. Whoops, let's put our jump ring on. Then we don't have to open it again. Then I'm going to close it. So he's ready. And I think what we'll do is we'll put two of the green bicones, and then we'll go with this. We may not use him at all. And then I want to use, I kind of like doing this because it brings in the copper. And then we'll do two. Let's see how many of these we have. We have 2, 4, 6. So we can do 2 and 2, 1 and 1. That's where we're at. Okay, let's design this so that it works out good. I'm going to keep up that pattern of doing that. We need a couple more of these for down here. We don't need that jump ring over here. So I need that. I need to get a couple more. There's one. And there's one. So if I don't lose them, I'm good, but we'll use these on the very end. And I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and put this on the way we have it, and I might do like this. Okay, let's go ahead and wire this up. I just dropped it. Let's go ahead. I don't know why I was grabbing that one. I am going to put one on the end. So I'm going to pick up that. It's got a little piece of wood or something in there. 2. And we're just putting one on. The copper. The gold colored. Or bronze, or however you want to call it. Copper. And then we're putting on 2. And then repeating this. So this is what we've got so far. And then we'll pick up this little section. Well, goodness. Get that out of our way. I'm going to put my owl on. He is two-sided. I'm not overly worried about which way I put him on. And I just want to make sure he don't actually go over the bicone, and he doesn't. So put on the bicone and then just start picking up the rest of our beads. Oops, I can't believe I did that. I'm going to make sure I haven't done that before. Nope. All looks good. Almost done. And then I got to compare the bracelets. When you make a double strand bracelet, you want to make sure that, you know, because different places on your wrists are usually a little thicker than others, so you want to make sure your bracelet's going to fit, you know, however you want to put it on. This one looks really long compared to the other one. So let's go ahead and get it out there. Yeah, it's really, really long. So I can come and remove everything from here. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take this off. I'm going to put that bicone on. And then put the little bead on. I'm going to clip the other end. To taking everything off. I'm putting the little bicone on. And then one of the little round spacers. Now let's go ahead and put that up to the other one. I think I'll put 2 little spacers, one on each end, so that I'd rather have one longer than the other. If you don't do that, they will fight for real estate when you go to put them on the when you go to put them through your clamshell. So we have them. One is a little longer than the other, which is good because this one's actually going to curve and meet the other one. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So we're going to put our clamshell on both wires. That's that one. Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to keep them which is which, but that's okay. As long as they both get crimped, and I am using a 2x2 crimp because I had them in the same color, so I'll bring it up here close to the end and just squash. We're going to squishy squash all the way across. Turn it over. I'm going to give it a tug test. It's tight. Bring my thing up, it's tight. And I'm going to clip these 2 wires so that they're shorter. There's that one. There's that one. He flung. Sorry, guys. They don't go far. Trust me. Then we're going to just close this up around that clamshell or around that crimp. Give it a hug. Give it a nice tight squeeze. And we're going to let all these beads go all the way down to the other end. On the other bracelet, I won't show you doing this because we've seen it. And then I'm going to pick up my other clamshell. I got a piece of that wire stuck up under my fingernails, guys. Sorry. Oh, it actually poked me. I am so sorry. Okay, it's not bleeding. That's all that matters. All right. That's like my fingernail feels weird. It's being jabbed. And then you just kind of push your beads down, but you don't want to make them too tight because then your bracelet won't swirl. We're going to put our cutters right here. Scoot them off. Putting our cutters here. Grabbing another crimp. Make sure both wires go in it. They are. I forgot to open my clamshell. Let's get that open. I don't see my crimp. Oh, he's still up here. Good Lord. Can't you tell I haven't been at the bead mat much? Alright. We've got him curled. We're going to reach in there and we're going to squish. all the way across, nice and snug. Tug test, staying, and we're going to clip. 1, 2. Now we're going to put our ends on. We're using a small one and a big one. The small one we're going to fasten that on with. We want to get them out of our way so we don't grab the wrong ones. Now I'm going to work on that purple bracelet. I love purple. It's one of my favorite colors. So I'm going to fix the overbite first. Open. We're putting our clamshell. Go ahead, jump from my pliers. Open it wider. Putting on our bracelet. Okay. He says he doesn't want to go on. I didn't want to use a really big one. There we go. My hands, I give up. Just don't need a heifer's hair. So I have that on, putting my lobster on. Gonna grasp our other end because it's trying to come out of my pliers again. And we're going to close it. Now we're going to grab a big jump ring. Make sure it's closing. Would it help if I actually closed this end of the bracelet? How many of you were like, you forgot something? That's typical. Make sure my bracelet is straight. Put it on. You can, of course, put a dangle here if you want. And then we're going to just simply close her up. I think the owl makes this bracelet what it is. I like the owl on it. All right, I'm going to clear up the greens and I'll be right back. Okay, that was quick. We're going to go ahead and open this really long strand of glass pearls. These are so pretty. Get them all over here. And let's get to starting. I have bead caps like that. I just pulled like 4 of them or something like that. And then I have these. So when you do these, because one side is bigger than the other, you really want to make sure that you're, I think I'm going to put 2, using, I think that's what I'm going to do. Giving my shoulder a break here for a second. I think I'll put a flat daisy spacer between them and the silver one. So let me get a couple of these out of that. Okay, so I'm going to get my purple. We're going to need 2 lengths of it. It's hard to do this when you're like trying to figure out how to hold things in your hand. That's plenty. Let me give it a clip. Okay. I'm going to cut my purple in half. Alrighty. So I have my 2 pieces of wire. I am going to make this my center, so I'm going to put, let's just get some more of these out. We're going to use these. We're going to put on 1. I'm going to put on a pearl. I was thinking these were glass. They're not. That's okay. Then we're going to put the small side towards it with the bigger side towards this pearl. Then I'm picking up one of these small daisy spacers, picking up a clear crystal, daisy spacer, pearl, and then I want the big side towards it, and then I want a pearl and a daisy spacer. So there is the center of this bracelet. I really like how that looks. And then we're going to go ahead and just put on another one, and I think we'll do one more set like this, and using daisy spacers between the pearls, like so. So I have that, which is right here, daisy spacer, pearl, bigger side, pearl. Now I'll do 2 more daisy spacers, 1 on each one. And then I think we'll go with two pearls, because I have 2 of those left. 1, 2, daisy spacer, and 1. He's got a problem. I'm not sure where these came from. These weren't bargain bead box. I'm not sure where I got them. I got them somewhere, so we're going to do 2. And I probably had them a while, because I found them buried in one of my drawers. So, yeah. And 1 more pearl. There it is. going to try this around my wrist. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a bead cap on the very end. That will give it a little bit of space. I think that'll be about perfect. I kind of like that. We're going to leave it just like that for now. If I need something, I'll put a silver. I think we'll do it anyways because it did look awful small. Just to be safe. Silver spacer bead. That looks more finished. I like that better. Okay, get it on there. Come on, little dude. There we go. Now let's go ahead and work on the second bracelet, which will be, I will do a pearl in between, so we'll use some of these. And then we'll do this. And then put this, so we'll have one of those left. So that's the start of it. I do have some smaller ones and some bigger ones, and I think we'll use the smaller ones. Get them out, and then we'll double stack small ones like that. And that's kind of what I'm going to do. And we'll end it the same way we did the other one. I think that'll look pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and get this strung up. My other purple wire. Let's start with, he's got a lot of business going on. So we're going to pick him up, put on double stack, my hands are a hot mess, guys. Sorry. I may not like that double stack, we'll see. Nope, I don't. Single. Two pearls together. Do do do. Come on, little dude. You know you want to be with your buddy. A big one. Pearl. Do do do. I want the big bead towards the middle. Put the clear crystal. Another spacer. Purple. Spacer. Crystal. Spacer. Pearl. Big part towards the center. Pearl. Spacer. Pearl. Yes, two pearls. A daisy spacer. Come on. let's get them out here so we can measure. Yeah, we have a ways to go. I think we'll put 2 on. Daisy spacer. Pearl. I'm going to clip this end so I can work on this end. So I need 2. Daisy spacer. Pearl. Come on. Just stick you off so I know you have a hole. Now let's lay that out and see where we're at. So by the time I put my bead cap and little bead on, this bracelet will be a little longer, which is what I want. There we go. Shake, shake, switch, bead cap. And let's see our length now. When I get this on there, I'm gonna have to lay it down. There we go. Just a hair bit longer, that's perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to close this up and I'll bring you guys right back. Oops, sorry guys. You see my mess. My phone was filming the other way because I bumped the table. So I have it done. I did go and get one of the larger clasps for this because I guess I misfigured that, and the silver colored clamshells that I'm using here are the tiny ones, and it really does make a difference. So there is the purple one. I really love how this looks with those clear crystals in it. Really, really, really pretty. So there's the purple one, and here's the green aventurine with it with the owl. I like them both, and they even look really good together. You could stack these. You could most definitely stack these 2 colors together. Look at that. Anyways, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm going to go fix me some lunch, upload this video, and I will talk to all of you guys down in the comments below and let me know which one is your favorite. Bye, everybody.